We are live, we are direct with Kim Boudreau Smith. When she was young, she was told, don't be too bossy, sit down, be quiet. And she took part of this to her corporate career, not standing up in her power, not knowing she had imposter syndrome. Fast forward to today. Her red hot passion is helping women and a few men create their voice, take the stage with pride and power, working with individuals and companies, helping them to deliver speeches and presentations that captivate and inspire. You might find her working with executives one-to-one, helping them to lead with authenticity. You might find her with some business owners, helping them to become visible and viable in the trust recession that we're in right now, to find their authentic voice. Welcome, Kim. Let's go.
Thanks, Jay, for having me here this
Let's
morning.
go.
I appreciate that. I really appreciate this.
Let's go. Tell me. Let's get straight to the crux. We talk about she leads, she sells. For me, leadership is about emotional intelligence,
Yeah, it is.
empathy.
Yeah.
It's all about empowering, listening. What's leadership about for you?
Well, I'm going to agree with you on a few of those ingredients as well. I feel like we're baking a cake this morning on leadership, with the ingredients. That is a lot of the ingredients. And look, I'm going to use this word, Jay, and it is, in my opinion, it is diluted and overused, and it's authentic. It's that authenticity, and you nailed it you nailed it right on the head with this. We are in a trust recession. I don't even like using the word recession, but we are in a trust. We are in a trust recession. I see so many people out there. I even have clients. I just want to be authentic, and that's part of my leadership. It's like going to be authentic is not like, let's go to the local Neiman Marcus store or the Target store and buy an outfit. We're authentic. It takes daily work with that confidence and that authenticity and that emotional intelligence. And leaders me for as a leadership, it's being able to show up and say, hey, Jay, I don't have it all together today. Look at I'm without a computer. My computer died. I don't have it all together today. I'm pivoting, and I'm just navigating and making ends meet throughout the day here. That's leadership on a day-to-day basis.
Amazing. Well said. Thank you for sharing. Let me know, and I was speaking to you off camera, that you can do it all. Clearly gifted, clearly talented. But who is ideal for you? Is it business to business or business to consumer, coaches, business owners, Fortune 500? Like, tell me, like, right now, where you are right now, who do you love serving the most? What do you like serving them with?
Well, that a great question. So I am B2B and B2C. I'm business to business and business to consumer. But my favorite place to begin is that B2C, when I'm working with the leaders where they have teams that are reporting to them, or I'm working with the business owner that also too has a team or is trying to get scale their business to the next level and become more visible and viable. I love starting there, because if we are sitting here as leaders and we turn and go ask our teams to do something that we're not doing, why? What's the point? So I love starting with the leaders or the business owner, and then I start working with the teams to help communicate more effectively. Because when everyone's communicating more effectively, then the confidence is soaring. Then the productivity is up to the next levels, and then the profitabilities are coming in.
Amazing. You speak so well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very,
It's a skill. It takes practice. It's a skill.
you don't waste the words, do you, Kim? I love that.
Yes, well, and again, I'm going to pick on my gender because I'm a woman. I can pick on my gender, and it's not like men don't do this either. But a lot of times we get into meetings or into specific rooms, and we want to talk, and we want to talk, and we want to talk, and guess what happens? We dilute our message, and then we lose our audience. So we really want to be impactful with what we're saying.
100%. Visible and viable. It sounds like that should be a book. What do you mean, visible and viable?
Ooh. That won't be a book, not anytime soon. Well, as business owners, we have to be known out there. We have to be seen. If not, We are the best kept hidden secret.
Whoa, Kim, stop there, stop there, stop there. We may as well end this podcast now because I think you're giving them too many gems. I think you're giving them, we might just have to press the red button, stop on this. Oh my word. We have to be seen. Say it again. We have to be seen. Let's get into this. Yeah, speak to me.
Have to be seen. Yep, you have to be able to walk into rooms, meetings, presentations, networking, team leads, negotiations, sales, high stakes conversations with confidence and be able to be seen, comfortable with being seen, because a lot of times we like to go a little bunny and get a little scared and not be seen. Be comfortable being seen so that we can be viable, whether it's bigger profits in our businesses, bigger profits from productivity from teams. That's how it goes. Unfortunately, a lot of businesses and business owners want to start with the money first, and it's almost like they work backwards.
Mm, amazing. Touched upon leadership, touched upon visibility. You know, I say it's not the best coaches that get paid the most. Well, it's the best visible coaches that get paid the most. So if that visible part isn't there, you're not getting paid. You know, whether we like it's not the 1980s and 70s where maybe you could just be a good coach. People might stumble across you in that regard, or the 90s. Like, you know, we have to be visible. It just comes with the program.
And
Cool.
we have to learn to get we have to learn to get comfortable with being uncomfortable and being visible when we're on LinkedIn or Instagram, whatever platforms, or when we're out networking or presenting, or we have to learn to get comfortable with being uncomfortable in those situations.
Lovely. Oh, Kim, you know, thank God we scheduled this. I think I needed it this week. I know we were gonna, reschedule to another time, but I said, no, Kim, no, I need this. I need this. So it's a good that we're connecting today. Next, need to be visible, need to have sales conversion as well. Like, without sales, then we don't get paid. And look, I've seen so many calls in the past from maybe people who they're good at what they do, but when there's that sales conversation, it just becomes a chat. And it's like, okay, here's what I've got. I'm busy for the next 2 months. Come back to me. I'll see you in 2 months. And that's it. How does sales work for you? Tell me, like in terms of, yeah.
Well, first of all, why does our society have such a negative emotions and feelings around SALESELL? I mean, look at it. And if we stop looking at sales and sell and all of that and serve, and then create yourself a beautiful template if you are in sales. Curiosity is asking questions. It's asking don't get into these conversations and start assuming that you know what's going on with your consumer or your potential consumer.
It's not
Ask questions. And then I always like to first of all, I love asking questions because I love getting on sales calls because I'm going to learn something about somebody. It's that curiosity. It thrills me. But then I go through a whole process with my potential client of asking questions. Then I always ask, so have you shared everything with me? And I have a ton of questions that I ask. Then if they feel that they're complete, and I can feel that when they're complete, then I go into the process of how I'm going to solve that. And let's discover if this is going to be a fit.
amazing. Thank you so much for laying that out. Readers are leaders, as they say, and when my clients say, hey, I've learned this topic, or I've mastered this, I say, show me the receipts. Like, who have you trained with? What books have you enjoyed? So 2 books that I've really brought my sales game to another level: Sell Like Crazy. It's just like, yeah, as you said, selling a service, so sell like crazy. But the number 1 book is Energy Leadership, because sales is energy. And it allowed me to come up with 4 energetic characters: Fearful Fiona, who's in fear when they sell; Fervent Susie, who is undercharging when she sells; and then Joyful Juliet, who is aligned. This is her magic. So she's enjoying when she's selling. No tension, and the top level limitless Lara, where money isn't an object. $30 trillion in the US economy. There's money if we need to access money. What books have done it for you in terms of sex?
That's a great question, but hang on, I'm gonna add to those names that
Amazing, amazing. Let's go.
okay. When a lot of my clients, especially women, walk into sales conversations, they have a nasty critical dialogue going on. Mine is called the hag in the attic. Meet my
Oh,
hag in the attic, hag in the attic. We have to learn how to navigate that hag in the attic and not sell our worth down the tubes and lower our pricing, and then we're doing all this work and we can't seem to get ahead, and then we're frustrated and stuff. There's so much to go through these selling conversations. Now back to your question on books. Brene Brown, Dare to Lead.
oh,
Actually, I've got
good on.
sitting here on my desk, Mel Robbins, The Let Them Theory.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Why don't we unpack a little bit of those two authors, like in terms of what some of these golden nuggets are? So let's start with Brene Brown, Dare to Lead. Speak a little bit about that.
So, oh my God, I read that book a couple years ago, and it's behind me. Um, Brene Brown, Dare to Lead, teaches us how to dare to lead and be authentic, not like, oh my gosh, my dog ate my homework and my kids are. You know what? Yes, we do have lives like that, but it's
Yes.
how conversations where we're not the underdog, where we can still lead and guide from our hearts and be authentic. It's like with sales conversations. If you go into a conversation looking at that person as a dollar, you're in a transactional situation. You're looking at a human being as transaction, and that is the biggest no-no in the whole wide world. There's so much to do in a selling conversation. How to handle the objections when you get to it, because if you've done a fantastic job, there should be little to no objections when you get to it. And if there are objections, how bold and authentic can you be to call that person out on those objections after they
Stop, 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 stop. But this is it. Courage over comfort when we are at those critical moments. Courage, you're right. How daring are you to speak in truth rather than speak in script or speak in safety? See you in 2 months. Oh, yes, go and save up the money. Yeah, I'll be here in that regard, right? So no, I like the way you laid it out. And let them, Mel Robbins.
let them Mel Robbins. I'll be quite honest with you. It's on my desk. I just got this recently. I have not opened it yet, but I follow her on Instagram. So I've picked up little tidbits and pieces around the book. And I know basically she's going to go, she deep dives, but it's around, so many people I see are so emotionally attached to other people's well being and quite frankly, they're letting their own well-being going. It's like, since when are we responsible for everybody's reactions and well-being and emotions, and that's part of the let them theory. Go let them. um so that's the other piece too, is being able to walk out of situations knowing that you did everything you can possibly could in that a lot of time, and you left nothing on the table, so that when you walk out you're not going, darn, I woulda and I coulda, because now we're shoulda all overing ourselves, and that just chips away at the bold voice, chips away at the confidence. It's being able to go into any situation and just leave everything on the table and walk out and go, I've
Whoa,
done everything I could. I've done
whoa,
everything I could.
whoa. Kim, you make me want to be a better man. Like, I think like you're very, this is why you get the 6-figure contracts. This is why you sign them, Kim, ultimately. You know what I mean? It's just this ability to stand in truth, which I think is powerful.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, it is. And that's it, and it takes practice. I don't want to sound like I'm over here killing it all every single time. I'm a human. I err. There's days I wake up, I'm not on top of my game. In Michigan here, we've got 55-degree and sunny weather last week, and now we're snowing today, so I mean, you can play with people's sinuses and stuff. You're not always on your game, but you have to be able to be prepared for it. I'm a big look, do some role playing before you go into a sales conversation. Do some role playing before you do lead a team meeting. Just There's so many things we can do to up our game.
100%. And if those emotions are going against your vision, let them.
Yeah, let them.
No? Big goal. 12 months. What will be good for you? 26. We're speaking at the same time. What's happened?
2026, a year from now?
Yeah, yeah, from now. We
Oh.
meet up in Detroit, Michigan. I bump into you. Hey, Kim. Wow. Yeah. You,
So,
you say to me,
gosh,
Jay, look, what we spoke about. Remember that podcast we did? What we spoke about came true. What came true?
so what for me for 2026 is upping, increasing my business revenue and not increasing working more. Not
Mhm.
increasing working more. It's that scaling, getting clear, more, less hours. There's 7 days of the week. I'm not looking to work 8, 9 days a week. I've done all that in my corporate career. I've done all that when I started my businesses. This is all about scaling and keep the business growing.
Amazing. And look, having spent these 20 minutes with you, I know your ideas are essential for the community. And I like ambidextrous people. You're able to mix it with them all. Some people can only do one angle. Like, it's only coaches. And, if they get to the boardrooms, it's like, I'm not sure. Or they're in the boardrooms and, when it comes to the consumers, I'm not sure. But when you're ambidextrous, you mix it up, which I think is amazing. What could be the biggest roadblock to you scaling in 2026?
Lean in. Are you listening?
Yes.
The biggest roadblock.
Mm.
Me,
Woo! Come
me,
on.
me.
Speak to me, sister. Speak to me. Speak. I'm loving I'm loving this conversation. Speak to me. Let's unpack that. Unpack.
Yes. Oh, I can, just like anyone else. Well, I don't want to just assume just like anyone else. Let me take those words back. But I can get in my own way. I can slow
Mm.
myself down. I
Okay.
can get into the weeds of the business where I
Yes.
feel like I'm being really busy and productive when it doesn't serve me. Where I need to be on the business building. There's a lot. I can get my own way. I can really get my way. I could just simply say, okay, who's got to work today? I own the business. Let's go over here. And sometimes we do have to say, oh, we own the business. Let's go over here and let's take a 30-minute break. Let's pull back. But I could get my own way and become too busy, which plays on my critical dialogue and missteers me saying, but you're busy, you're productive. Yeah, no, that's the busyness I can delegate and let go.
Wow. So good. Such a great answer there. I have a sense that you've done a lot of inner work. Like, you know, have you done something like The Works, Katie Byron, The Works, or like,
Oh God, Katie Byron is amazing. I've got some of her books over here, and she is fantastic. Yes.
yeah, wow. No, I love it when I meet women and a few men who are evolved in terms of, hey, we all gonna be developing. We have to keep that equanimous mind that
Yes.
things are not better than what they are. Things are not as bad as how we portray. Keep that equanimous mind. Stay humble. Keep learning. Keep growing. Keep curious, which I think is absolutely brilliant.
Yes. I agree. I agree.
A business owner comes to you wanting to increase their sales. They want to grow. Talk me through the 3-part formula that you go through with these business owners that's going to help them increase their sales.
Well, first of all, I when I have someone that comes to me and says they want to increase their sales, here are the three questions that I ask. Okay, number one, what have you done in the past that has worked and what is not working?
Hmm,
Number two, where are you showing up? What rooms are you in? Do you have strategic referral partners? Are you in rooms where you're doing all the work and you're not getting anything back? So we have to reevaluate the rooms that they're showing up in. And
nice.
number three, I'm curious. Talk to me about your pricing. Let's discuss pricing.
Amazing. Unpack. First question, why? What's working well? What's not working well? And that first question, yeah, why do we do that one?
Yes. I always want to know what's been working and what hasn't because we as human beings with all the minutia coming at us so much and so fast and so continuously on a day-to-day basis, we have a tendency to look at the negative and not the positive. So I always like to have clients tell me what's been working. I want to know what's been working and what isn't working. And are you spending too much time over there, what isn't working, and neglecting what's been working?
No, 100%. And second question that you ask is,
So where have you been showing up? I need to know. I mean, do you belong? Where have you been networking? What have you been doing? How consistent are you on certain like LinkedIn and places like that? And that thought leadership. How are you showing up as that thought
100%.
leadership? And then my third question is, I need to know what are your prices because if I have a client that wants to get into higher six figures and they're only charging, I'm just going to make this up. And let's say they're only charging $300 for a program. You're going to have to do a lot of $300 programs. So let's reevaluate the value and everything that, whether it's products, whether it's services, whatever that is.
No, that makes complete sense. Wow. What a conversation. Let them know out there, who do you want to connect with and why? Yeah. And who do you want to connect with and how can they contact you?
Right. Right. So are you asking me how to connect with me?
Yeah, how to connect with you and who specifically that you're looking to serve. Yeah.
Okay. So for your listeners, they can connect with me over on LinkedIn, Kim Boudreau Smith on LinkedIn, or you can go to my website if you'd like, and that's Kim B as in boy Smith.com. And the people that I work with, they're high achieving female leaders. And like you've been saying, I have a space for a few good men, so I'm not leaving men out of the equation. But I work primarily on high achieving female leaders that want to speak more with conviction and lead more with influence and impact. And then in turn, they want their teams to do the same.
Wow. Kim, it has been a pleasure.
Yeah. Thank
God
you.
bless you. God bless Michigan. God bless the United States of America. We keep moving.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for having me, Jay. I really appreciate this.
Always, always, my sister. And yeah, I just love people that love to serve. And yeah, keep going. Thank you for blessing us today. Appreciate you. Kim in the